Hello, this is GWR TV. I'm Dirky Dirk, and you've seen the news, but Knight Riders is coming back, and holy crap, are they coming back? I don't believe the stuff that's coming out. So let me tell you what I think about all this stuff, and I really freaking love it. I hope you're excited as I am. Let's get to what we got. We got the Harpy, one of 3 new cabins. That's just totally freaking insane. 3 of them. And the Harpy is going to be a light cabin. Notice the PS, so it's already 300 PS higher than the other boys. That can be kind of a hit. Remember the favorite cab was like that? People hated it. But look at this perk. So increases the amount of additional ammunition by 50%. What does that mean? Does that mean no ammo boxes? I don't know. It's not too bad. A Phoenix has a lot of rounds, so maybe sometimes yes. Maybe it means just carry a blue. So that is pretty good. The radius of projectile explosions by 20%. Big kaboom. We're talking wasps, especially crickets, man. Phoenix, other stuff, and it's a light cab, so a fast wasp cab. People already hate wasps. They're gonna hate wasps so much more. This is pretty freaking amazing. I can't wait for this one. Probably a must craft. So let's see the next one. It's the Photon. And from the early drawings, it looks like it's going to be like a big pilgrim cab. We all know how we love the size and shape of pilgrim cab, right? Holy crap. So anyway, it says all energy weapons deal 135% more damage to heated parts. That means you pretty much have to have an Aurora. Of course, other things do heat, like a Draco, like an Incinerator, but really, you're going to have an Aurora. There's just, yeah, there's the best thing for it. Plus your other junk. If you like energy weapons, I'm not crazy about it, but if you do, I don't know. I don't think it's that crazy. Bastien is what you saw. So everyone wanted a construction cab with a big bulldozer scoop. Now we have it. We have it, my friends. It's pretty freaking awesome. Heavy cab, so of course it is 11 energy. That's okay though. The blade in front has increased resistance to all types of damage, except for energy damage, so watch out for these new guys, watch out for these Photon guys. And what does that really mean? So remember the Cerberus, it should be freaking awesome. It's got 12 energy plus a free borer. Problem is, that borer is actually part of the cab, unfortunately, so if you just shoot this borer, the cab takes damage. So in this case, it specifies the blade in front has increased resistance. So that's pretty nice. We'll have to see what happens, because unlike a train plow that just soaks up damage, this will actually give some damage to the cab. We'll have to see what that looks like. I'm thinking I would love to see a backwards tsunami build. So imagine that, because you know, all you tsunami spiders, and then some guy like me comes with a harvester or spark and just comes right behind you and just eats their backside. So in this case, if you're backwards, this thing will help. And if you have some plows there too, a harvester will really have a hard time getting through that. Meanwhile, you are shooting backwards. It's a little bit out of the box, but you know me, I'm kind of looking forward to that. So I'm definitely going to buy, maybe even, I'll craft 2 of these, one to keep, and I think this will have some really high resale value. So watch out for this cabin, Bastien. Now let's go down to weapons. We have the Protector, and this is that craftable tackler everyone's been waiting for. And I don't see damage. I'm assuming it's going to be like a defender, but look, each hit on the enemy increases damage resistance of the Protector by 2%, and it stacks up to 10 times. That's 20%. Imagine you have a defender like machine gun that can do some range, but if someone is in your face and you're shooting them with these machine guns, they are soaking up a lot of damage. I like these a lot. I would love, in theory, to make as many of these as I can for myself. We'll see how that works out. And now we go to what's less interesting for me is the Legendaries. Why? Because they're just so freaking much to make. I don't really have all the stuff for this, but if you do, go for it. You know what happens with these things is that when you first craft it and sell it, you get maximum value. And if they suck, like, you know, some Knight Riders things do tend to suck, then that value goes way down and you're stuck with this lesser Legendary. So be careful of that. But this is a minigun, and I don't see much of a perk on this. It looks like a legendary equalizer. Dense firing, medium accuracy, takes time to spool up the barrels, so that's almost Cyclone-ish, right? Takes time to speed up, and I don't really know. I don't really see much of a perk on that. Oh, here you go. The longer it shoots, the higher the damage, so it's kind of like the equalizer, yeah. But mostly because, yeah, it shoots faster as you keep on shooting, so that's the thing. It's kind of cycling just like that. It takes some time to speed up. Let's move on to Pulsar. Now, people who love quasars are gonna freaking love this one for sure. I mean, quasar could definitely use some love, and this one, we'll see. I don't know. It's kind of like a big quasar, maybe size-wise. It could be even smaller. Who knows? Maybe even shorter. And so for every 10 meters passed by the projectile, the radius of the explosion increases. So that's not too bad. Probably also extremely accurate, just like the quasar. We will just have to see how that works. I don't really know. And this is what I am most excited about, Rift 2M. And you're like, Dirky, why the hell of all these things are you excited about this? Well, I actually asked for this. I think it was in maybe just a comment in Mr. G's video, but I definitely asked for a part where it's like a coupler that you can couple to your own build, not someone else's. And what does this all mean? Well, for example, and this is from Clement Bard T5, thank you for this, sir. As you know, with fusions, if you have a carrier with a scaffold and you just want to drop that into the socket of another player, then you have to have a scaffold and you got to blow up that scaffold with, for example, a wasp shooting into a fuel barrel, which is kind of annoying. You lose a weapon, you lose all that stuff, and you do some damage. It's not really efficient, totally works, but it could be so much better. Imagine now if you just have a little part in the back. You hit a button, click, and it just, the scaffold separates from the cab portion, and then that's it, man. No wasp, no fuel barrels, just easy peasy. And there is so much more crazy applications of this. I'm not going to spoil it though and give away all the ideas. I'm going to show you firsthand, because you can bet the first thing I am crafting is that stupid Rift. I'm just so freaking excited. Alright guys, so let me know in the comments, what are you so excited to get or to craft, or are you just gonna buy? I don't know, let me know what's going on. A lot of people are saying don't craft, just buy. You're gonna lose a lot of resources crafting. I'm not so sure about that, because first of all, I don't have the coins to spend. So if you don't, it's better just to grind the resources. And I'll tell you something else, mainly it's going to be the blues that are going to be inflated. So for example, if you want to craft a harpy, you're going to have to need this, Bat Dunhorse Twin Wheels. And if we look at this, here's a little chart. So here's some blues right over here, and as you can see, the prices are already starting to get inflated. They're up and down, but a bat cab is $48.45. Normally, blue items are what, less than 40 usually, 35 or something like that. Then imagine the profit margin of this bat cab. It's totally insane. So if you're crafting a harpy, you're not going to buy the mats. You really have to craft these blues. So if you do nothing else, just craft a lot of bat cabins, a lot of them, and just sell them at this price. You turn your scrap and copper, useless scrap and copper, into this. That's a pretty damn good profit margin. Otherwise, craft these for yourself to make these cabins. You don't want to buy these bats if you're going to do that. And as you can see, the other prices are not quite inflated yet. Dunhorse is getting pretty up there though. And Pilgrim is also getting up there. So we'll have to watch these prices, guys. And looking down here, Equalizer, Tormentor, Prometheus, these prices are still not big, but for people who are crafting legendaries, they're gonna need these guys. And look, Tormentor has always been expensive, but now it's just even more. So watch out for these prices. You're gonna wanna get these items and just stockpile them and sell them when the price is right. That's all I have to say, guys. I will see you guys later, and have fun with Night Riders. I can't wait. We don't know when it's gonna happen yet, so stockpile on your resources, get these blues, and I'll see you later.
Don't drop that Dirky Dirk, hey, don't drop that Dirky